Hi guys, since I wasn't able to be here today, I wanted to create a short little video to talk about what I think you should have seen from my intro. And you could look at this intro, think about what I'm going to say here in this video, and then rewrite your intro to kind of address some of the things I'm going to mention. And hopefully one of the first things that you noticed was that my first sentence, my hook, is not a question. So I don't use the word you. I don't ask a question, have you ever done this? Did you ever? And I think if we use words like you or me, it creates an informal tone in our essay. So we don't want to do that. So my hook is, while many others seek to illuminate mankind's capacity for good, there have always been others that view the world more pessimistically. And I have an idea that some authors write about how people are good, but others, like Hawthorne, focus on the world in a dark perspective. So that's my way of not writing a question hook. If you have a question hook, one thing you might want to think about is what's the idea at the center of my question, and then restate that as a declarative statement. So maybe you have a question like, what would you do for a second chance at your youth? Which is a good idea about how the story is about people wanting to not make the same mistakes. So you could rephrase that as a statement, maybe something like, oftentimes in life, as people get older, they think about their regrets in life and wish they had a chance to avoid making those same mistakes. And then you could transition into your tag where you say, in particular, Nathaniel Hawthorne, author of the dark romantic short story, Dr. Heidegger's Experiments, talks about this idea of second chances. So that's one way that we could really change our hook from a question, which is a little bit more basic and informal, to a stronger statement. One thing I hope you guys also noticed was that my sentences flow very well from one to the next, ultimately ending with my thesis statement, because I use transitions to start each sentence. So while many authors, in particular, during the course of the story, each characters, and most notably. So think about those transitions that I gave you in your packet and how we can use those statements not just at the beginning of the paragraph, but all throughout to really transition from a general statement with our hook all the way to the specific statement with our thesis statement. And then I'm sure you did also observe some of the sophisticated vocabulary that I used. We're saying illuminate and capacity, pessimistic, sinful nature, instead of saying the dark side of humanity. These are things that upon your revision, you could look at your more basic word choice and try to improve it. So take what I just said into mind and now rewrite your introduction for this intro, making some of the changes that you noticed and you wrote about yesterday and some of the things that I pointed out today.